Respected friends, welcome you all. We are doing our seven sadhanas every day of Mangalacharana Shloka, Sankalpa, Parayanam of Upanishad mantras, Upanishad Adhyanam, then Vedic chanting, Mantra Dhyanam, and a common sense thought to carry with us for our day's guidance. All this we are doing to invoke the Parabrahma, Ishvara, Jaganmata, Devatagana, Gurugana, Shastragana, Nirantara Kripa, so that we are always fully blossomed in our individualities, all layers of Loka Sevaka Dharma Sthavaka Viragi, Bhakta Shishya Mokshu, Jignasu Shrota Sadhaka, Parishrami Prerita Prashanta Gambhira, Samskrita Vasha Jnata, Vyakarana Sahita श्रवणकर्ता मननकर्ता चिंतनकर्ता निधिध्यासनकर्ता ध्याता अनुभवी अनुभव निश्चित. So clear purpose we have behind our all these doings. Let us start with the first one of our Mangalacharana Shloka, Sankalpa and Upanishad Adhyayana. Upanishad we are studying is Samaveda Chandogya Upanishad. The first Sri Adi Shankara Bhagavan's Mangalacharana Shloka itself is so beautiful, so we spend time trying to digest it to the extent we could. Then the Shanti Mantra of the Upanishad also is so beautiful, exhaustive, and very important, essential. So we are spending sufficient time to study that. In that mantra, in the last portion, Upanishad Dharmas, may they be in me. This discussion we are doing, what are the Upanishadic Dharmas which the disciple says has to be there in him, hinting to us that all of us as seekers should have those Dharmas in us. That subject matter we are sincerely discussing with the help of Bhashyakaras, Anya Prakarana Granthas. So we know what we are doing, what for we are doing. We also know how to do. With that our Bhakti Shraddha Ekagrata, taking this 1 hour, 1.5 hour session as Daivanugraha as well as an avasara or an opportunity for our own Purushartha Prayoga. Let's start with Mangalacharana Shloka Sankalpa. Join with all your sincerity as you do every day. Wonderful friends. Om 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 Sahanavavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhetamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Namo Brahmadibhyo Brahma Vidya Sampradaya Kartrubhyo Vamsharshibhyo Mahadbhyo Namo Gurubhyaha. Om Yirime Guruve Purvam Padavakya Pramanatah Vyakyataha Sarva Vedantaha Nityam Pranatosmyaham. Om Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutra Bhashya Kruta Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punaha. Om Nidhaye Sarva Vidyanam Vishaje Bhavaroginam Gurave Sarvalokanam Dakshinamurtaye Namaha. Om Vyasaya Vishnurupaaya Vyasarupaaya Vishnave Namo Vai Brahmanidhaye Vasishtaya Namo Namaha. Om Shruti Smriti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavatpada Shankaram Lokashankaram. Om Karunavaranalaya Palaya Mam Bhavasagara Dukkha Viduna Hrudam रचयाखिलदर्शनतत्त्वविदं भव शङ्करदेशिकमे शरणम्। ॐ ब्रह्मानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वदेशाक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तन्नमामि। ॐ परब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमात्रे समस्तब्रह्म विद्याचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो देवताभ्यो अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। छान्दोग्योपनिषदः आचार्येभ्यो नमः। संकल्पः तेषां सर्वेषां कृपानुग्रहेण उपनिषदुक्तब्रह्मात्मैक्यबोधेन अस्मिन् क्षणे एव मोक्षकैवल्यप्राप्त्यर्थं श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणेतिहाससन्तवाङ्मयोक्त साध्यसाधनानुभवसिद्ध्यर्थं तत्रोक्तऋषिमुनिगुरुदेवतादर्शनानुग्रहानुभवप्राप्त्यर्थं सनातनधर्मस्य विश्वव्याप्तिविश्वआध्यात्मिकप्रगत्यर्थं धर्म संस्थापकानां नित्यनिरन्तरदिग्विजयार्थं श्रीराममन्दिरवत् शिवकृष्णादिमन्दिरादीनां पुनर्वाप्ति तेषु निरन्तरशास्त्र अध्ययन अध्यापन उपासना यज्ञयाग साधना सेवा तपस्या प्रार्थनादीनां द्वारा भारतवर्षस्य सनातनधर्मस्य बाह्याभ्यन्तर शत्रुविघ्न शाश्वत समूल निर्मूलन पूर्वक भारतवर्षे विश्वे च अस्मात् क्षणादारभ्य वैदिकैन्दव संस्कृतेः धर्ममोक्षपुरुषार्थानां सुसम्प्रतिष्ठावाप्त्यर्थम् अस्यां कक्षायाम् आगतानां सङ्कल्पितसत्कर्मसु दिग्विजयार्थं तेषां हृदये परब्रह्मादीनां प्रति भक्त्यादीनां द्वारा जन्मसाफल्यार्थम् अनेकशास्त्राणाम् अध्ययन साधना प्रयत्नमध्ये श्री सामवेदान्तर्गत छान्दोग्योपनिषदः श्री आदिशंकर भाष्य सहित अध्ययन साधना प्रयत्नं मोक्षार्थं वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे। अथ श्री आद्यशंकर पूज्य भगवत्पाद विरचित मंगलाचरण श्लोकम्। ओम सच्चिदानंद सांद्राय सर्वातीताय साक्षिणे नमः श्री देशिकेन्द्राय शिवाय शिवघातिने। ओम सच्चिदानंद सांद्राय सर्वातीताय साक्षिणे नमः श्री देशिकेन्द्राय शिवाय शिवघातिने। ओम सच्चिदानंद सांद्राय सर्वातीताय साक्षिणे नमः श्री देशिकेन्द्राय शिवाय शिवघातिने। What a beautiful mantra. We have reveled in the meaning of it sufficiently, and we all know when this mantra we chant every day, that time how when Sachidananda Sandraya said we have to just lift our mind's attention to that's Sandra Ghani Bhuta Sachidananda Tattva. When we utter the word Sarvatita, immediately remember the Sarva and know that that Brahman is Atita to all. Then the sadhana rupena, he is the Sakshi, I am the Sakshi. Then the one who puts us always on this path, guides us, inspires us, empowers us, kind and compassionate to sort out our problems, to answer our questions, is our Deshikendra in that form. That Brahman alone is there. So remember our gurus and do namaskar to them when we utter the sentence Namasri Desikendraya. Then Shivaya, let the Shivanubhuti of Aham Brahmasmi and moksha happen in us, as a result of which the Shivaghatine, the Amangalatva of the Samsara Bandhana, should go away from us. Pass with a deep feeling of the meaning of these sentences. You just chant throughout the day also, that mantra helps, at least during the class. Right? Now, having seen that, the another Shanti mantra of the Upanishad, so powerful, we are reveling in the meaning of it exhaustively. Let us chant it also 2 times and continue where we left yesterday. Om Apyayantu Mamangani Vak Pranaha Chakshuhu Shrotram Atho Balam Indriyani Cha Sarvani Sarvam Brahma Upanishadam Maham Brahma Nirakuryam Mama Brahma Nirakarod Nirakaranamastu अनिराकरणं मे अस्तु तदात्मनि निरते ये उपनिषत्सु धर्माः ते मयि सन्तो ॐ शान्तिः 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 अगेन् ओमाप्यायन्तु ममाङ्गानि वाक्प्राणः चक्षुः श्रोत्रम् अथो बलम् इन्द्रियाणि च सर्वाणि सर्वं ब्रह्म उपनिषदम् माहं ब्रह्म निराकुर्याम् मा ब्रह्म निराकरोत् अनिराकरणमस्तु अनिराकरणं मे अस्तु तदात्मनि निरते ये उपनिषत्सु धर्माः ते मयि सन्तो ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः. So, refreshing ourselves, apyayantu. Did we understand the meaning of this word? Apyayanam, samruddhi, samvruddhi, pushti, tushti, shakti, samagrata. In all our upadhis, which are they? Mama angani. Shariradi, at a little higher sadhana level, directly not required, because the moment we sit and do some japa and go into contemplation, we are at the antakarana level. That time, the sharira atita sthiti we reach. Yet, for it to happen, the sharira has to be in the apyayana swasthata sthiti. So, the health of the body is for not sadhana, but for not disturbing us in the sadhana. Like at your home, your children, you don't want any help from them, but you just want this much that they don't disturb you. That itself is a help. In that way, Sharira and Anga Apyayana means so that it is not a liability to us. Like right now, you are listening through ears, trying to understand through mind intellect. It is a work of your Antakarana and Shravana Indriya, Chakshurindriya. Role of the Sharira is what? Just house such me seated on that chair or sofa. More than that, शरीर का भी क्या कोई विशेष साधना में काम नहीं. But if that has some problem, it drags our attention. So we cannot do sadhana. That's why the Anga Yukta Sharira Apyayanam. Thereafter, the entire list of the Indriyas are given. Vak, Pranaha, Chakshuhu, Shrotram, Atho, all of them also should be in the Apyayana Sthiti. Refreshing. We have already studied all this. Then Indriyani cha. Indriyani means faculties. Cha when it is added, and also whatever that are missed. Sarvani when it is said, the antarindriyas also. Or cha means antarindriyani, uh, antarindriyani, antakarana, indriyani. Sarvani means whatever we have, if at all we have not remembered. Indriyani cha sarvani. So apyayantu mamangani vak pranas chakshu shrotra mato balam indriyani cha sarvani. See, one flow, one sentence. What a powerful prayer and sankalpa and our own to be conscious about our faculties. This is one portion. Second is, wonderful sentence it is. So far what we have done in our life, two mistakes. Let us accept them as mistakes. One is, we ourselves have forgotten Brahman from our side. Second, we told the Brahman as if. What did we tell the Brahman? Either we told the Brahman, you forget me, or it doesn't matter to me if you forget me. I don't bother. In that tune we are always, even now while listening. Whether the Guru, whether Shastras, whether the Lord blesses me or not, I don't bother. In that careless sthiti we are there. How do you say? Whenever you are not in a prayerful mood, that means you are in that bhavana. That is the meaning. है ना? हर बार वो कली कहा नहीं जाता. Like the children never say, oh Papa, I am disobedient to you. He doesn't tell it, but his looks and his walks and his frowning face, is not listen. That is enough to know that he is disobedient. In the same way, vocally we don't say, है ना, to the Guru, God, and Shastras that I am not devoted to you. By not remembering them itself shows that we don't want their help. In the same way here, the Brahma Tattva, Vismruti Ityadi, they also. So far these two mistakes we done. What is it? I don't care you. Even if you don't care me, that also I don't care. Two basic mistakes. है ना? That I don't care word is used here as Nirakarana. Now those two mistakes are rectified. So long we went on doing that mistakes, but the rectification of that mistakes by doing the positive opposite thing, we have to keep on doing till the thing happens. The thing of Paramatma Prapti and Moksha. So from our side, Maham Brahma Nirakuryam. I did the blunder and mistake myself from my side of doing the Nirakarana, forgetfulness of the Brahman. How foolish I was. Then I was careless. Let the Brahman also discard me. क्या फर्क पड़ता? No, no, no. Mama Brahma Nirakarot. I do all my prayers, all my requests, all my obediences, all my surrenders, and all my preparations and qualifications from my side, that the Brahman looks at me and immediately selects me, doesn't do Nirakarana. And I'm sure about it, I'm pakka about it, about these two things. That I am not going to do the Nirakarana Brahman even a moment throughout the life, every day, and even in dream. So too, I know, even though I have done the Svikarna Brahman, unless Brahman does the Svikarna of me, he will not reveal to me. Then my mission of realizing and getting moksha will never be accomplished. Therefore, I request that Brahman also not to do my Nirakarana. And I am sure about it, certain about it. How? By saying it two times. अनिराकरणमस्तु अनिराकरणम में अस्तु. बहुत मिस्टेक किया मैंने ये दो वाला, अभी उनको मैं धो डाला. Now I am rectifying those mistakes. I seek you, O Brahman. You bless me, O Brahman. Earlier, I don't seek you. How? And then, whether you bless me or not, who cares? We didn't orally say this. Our living in the worldly life is a proof for this. Whether we have done it out of arrogance or ignorance or deliberately or by misguidance or not, it doesn't matter. रीजंस कुछ भी हो, बेवकूफ़ी तो किया ना. कभी कभी क्लियर होना चाहिए बात में, है ना. चोरी किया, whether somebody prompted it or your necessity or your tendency or you're misguided by a cinema movie, कुछ भी हो, तुमने गलत कर दी, you deserve punishment, that's it. So too we have done so far that. Now let us not do that mistake. See, the ardency, the intensity behind these two sentences, is so powerful that dil wale hi usko samajh sakte. Spiritual dil wale, isn't it? What is it? Maham Brahma Nirakuryam, Mama Brahma Nirakarot. By allowing the Brahman to do our Nirakarana and by ourselves doing Nirakarana of the Brahman, हिंदी में कहा जाए तो हमने अपने आप का सत्यानाश कर दिया. बिकॉज ब्रह्मन इज सत्य, सत्य का निराकरण किया तो सत्य का नाश हुआ ना. थिंक अबाउट इट. हाउ पावरफुल इज दैट वर्डिंग देयर. हाउ डिड आई डू निराकरण ब्रह्मन एंड श्रीकरण ऑफ द माया एंड माया कल्पित उपाधि, देन उपाधि जनित कामादि, देन उपाधि जनित रागादि, and kamadi ragadi janita karma in the jagat and karma janita phala. What a foolish fellow I was so far. I did Nirakaranam Brahma. लानत है मुझ पे, ऐसा वी हैव टू फील. वी हैव टू फील ऑल अलोन. दिस इज कॉल्ड कॉन्टेम्पलेशन. दिस इज कॉल्ड मनन चिंतन. बैठो एक जगह आराम से, बाहर चेयर में हवा पंखा लगाओ, देन कॉन्टेम्पलेट ऑन दिस. हाउ एम आई एवरी मोमेंट डूइंग निराकरण ब्रह्मन एंड अलोइंग द ब्रह्मन टू डू माई निराकरण. बिकॉज जब मैं उनका निराकरण करता हूँ, वो भी आउट ऑफ मॉडेस्टी से ठीक है, डजंट वांट मी, व्हाट विल आई डू. है ना. ब्राह्मण हो या गुरु हो या भगवान हो, वो बहुत मॉडेस्टी में रहते. इफ यू डोंट कॉन्टैक्ट देम, दे से ठीक है, यू डोंट नीड मी, व्हाट कैन आई डू. One or two gurus who have over compassion, they try once, twice, thrice. But after three attempts, still, if the response doesn't come, then they look at others. They other gurus also go, मैंने कहा ना, ये बंदा केयर नहीं करता, मत जा. So then he also withdraws. So we went on doing Nirakaranam. Brahman also said, ठीक है. You want my Maya? Okay, I'll send Maya. अब फंसे रहो. So I will not do the Nirakaranam of Brahman. Is equal to I will do Swikaranam of the Brahman. I request the Brahman not to do the Nirakarana of me, is equal to I request him to do my Swikarana. है ना. If these two mantras we hold every day, इसी को जप के रूप में करो, the highest of the japa. In that way, in our Sanatana Dharma, so many Upanishadic mantras, Shanti mantras, they themselves become complete sadhana, if we understand them. Isn't it? See, त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्मासि त्वामेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्म वदिष्यामि. That itself is enough sadhana. One line. So do Bhadram Karnevi Shunyama Deva Bhadram Pashyema Akshavi Jatra. With the eyes and ears of intellect, let me see the Bhadram and listen to Bhadram only. And what is Bhadram? Only Brahman. Is it not a sufficient mantra? You just see how glorious are our mantras and the mantra drashta rishis. Therefore, our Sanatana Dharma. Only unfortunate, ignorant, foolish fellows do not recognize the glory, do not identify, and do not make use of it. The wise person understands, understands the glory, and then accepts and makes use of. So this is a powerful, powerful, beautiful sentence said twice. Maham Brahma Nirakuryam, Mama Brahma Nirakaro, the Nirakarnamastu, Nirakarnamastu. All sentiments expressed, devotions expressed, prayers extended, है ना, all done. Commitment from our side, etc. Wanting, willingness, ये सब ठीक है, बट फिर भी फल will come only to the one who is qualified. That can never be. मैंने चाहा, मैंने प्रार्थना किया, नहीं बनता उससे बात. फिर तैयार बनना है, मतलब you have to become लायक, qualified. The qualified is when the Upanishadic said dharmas are in me, then I am qualified for both. What are the two things? Maham Brahma Nirakuryam, Mama Brahma Nirakaru. My Nirakarana of Brahman is avoided and Swikriti of Brahman is done when we inculcate in us all the Upanishadic dharmas. Tadatmani Nirate. So this Tadatmani Nirate is the positive way of saying. What is the non-positive way? Maham Brahma Nirakurya. May I not reject Brahman. If I am not rejecting Brahman, then what I am doing? Atmani Nirati. Atman and Brahman are same. Instead of rejecting, which I have done so far, now I am Atma Nirata. Nirata means Nitya Nirantara Rati. 24 घंटे only about Atman. है ना. सुबह से लेकर रात तक लाइक परीक्षित जी आत्मा को ही ढूंढते रहना. लाइक पैसे वाले पैसों को, भोग वाले भोग को, लोग वाले लोगों को ढूंढते रहते हैं. I am ढूंढing from morning till night only Brahman. That's called as Atma Nirati. Nirati is an important sadhana for spiritual. ऐसा है, इसकी जरूरत है. All the time I have to be focused on the truth, the reality, the goal. Knowing that, we have to pray and we have to try. And now the proof is, Ye Upanishads Dharma Te Mahi Sant. And again, in that also, all these Upanishad Dharma, Nirakarana, let me not do. Swikarana, let me do. Let Brahman, the Ishtadevata Gurus, bless me and guide me in knowing and inculcating all these Upanishadic dharmas. And again, there are also Temai Santu, Temai Santu. I am not saying just like that casually. I am certain about the necessity of these gunas in me. Therefore, I am praying and I am trying. And second time saying is, when I am inculcating these Upanishadic dharmas, opposite of them, again I will be tempted for whatever reasons. I am not going to encourage them. I am pakka about this only. That's the meaning of Temai Santu second time. Like I won't take bribe. When? When do I don't take bribe? When others do not offer to me. Arre? That is first time saying Temai Santu. Why said second time Temai Santu? Is even if they offer, then I will. Then also I won't take. Everywhere. Second, like I don't become angry from my side. Second, even if the situation instigates me, then also I won't become angry. That is called second time. So from myself, I won't give up the Upanishadic dharmas, and from the other side, the opposite of Upanishadic dharmas. When they invite me, when they tempt me, I say, please, no more place for you in my life. Okay. Underline this sentence. For some beings and some such negative traits, we have to finally divorce. We have to have the guts to say this. You don't have place in my life anymore. Because you are disturbing, because you are bothering me, you are taking me away from my main goal. My sacred goal, you are taking me away. How can I give you place in my life? This ability to divorce with the negative qualities, even negative people, is also a required thing. After all, the goal is Paramatma Tattva. Is it not sufficient that we have compromised with the goal for the sake of these undeserving things and beings? This is called Viveka and Vairagya. Whether it is the people, whether they are habits, whether they are inner traits, whether tendencies, whatever they are. उनको कहना है, you have no place in my life anymore. Isn't it? Wonderful thing it is. That is what is the meaning of Te Mahi Santu, come what way. Now, what are the Upanishadic dharmas? The three sets we saw. Three. First set of Sadhana Chatushtaya Sampada. Second set of Shravana Manana Chintana Nididhyasana. Third set of glimpse of Anubhuti, establishing in the Anubhuti, and doing the prachara of that Anubhuti only to help the world, as our Gurus have done, because of which we are helped. If they realized every Guru goes to Himalayas, never comes to teach, then we will never be able to know about the presence of that sublime status. We will be in our own delusion, taking the Upadhyukta Jiva Bhava real, taking Rupanamatmaka Jagat real, taking the samsara as inevitable and necessary, and suffer. In this Jagat, please remember, in all the sukhas, also there is dukkha only. It was only a question of that seeming convenient time should go away and the dukkha will manifest. I know. Like two people so lovingly talking to them, they are enjoying. That enjoyment also is dukkha. Because only question of some time that they will fight with each other or they get departed from each other. Dukkha begins. Because in Dvaita, in the limited upadhis, in dependency, in the conditional life, there cannot be sukha. Now, very higher thoughts, subtle thoughts. Now, I won't go into the discussion of it, but somehow the statement has come. It is said, and you forget, I forget. Though very, very important, but not so much relevant here. So we come to our this topic of Krishna Vasudeva, the sets of these Upanishadic dharmas. Upanishadic Brahma Vidya demands from us these qualities. Necessary, compulsion, mandatory, no alternative, no way of skipping it. Like in some of the application forms, it's alternative. It's not mandatory. It can be skipped करके होता है. Some of the things you can skip, but this cannot be skipped. That this disciple has digested, understood. That means earlier he tried to seek Brahman without himself being qualified, perhaps for a long time. Then he understood कि बन नहीं रहा बात. Then he understood, यार unless I am qualified, this effort and prayer that I should not reject Brahman means should do the Srikarana Brahman. Brahman should not reject me, he should bless me. This prayer and effort will not be successful unless I am qualified with the Upanishadic dharmas. He is complete in this matured understanding. That is the purpose of this mantra. That is why we are taking it so exhaustively. Because ये हो गया उपनिषद में प्रवेश किए ना तो इसको हम भूल जाते हैं. Like we have forgotten श्वेता शत्र उपनिषद long back. 15 दिन हो गया खत्म हो गया. Not 1 or 2 days. 15 days have passed. Solid. That means ये 15 दिन से पढ़ रहे हैं या 14th day है. So, importance of these sentences. Now in the first set of sadhana chatushtaya sampada, viveka we have seen. Vairagya we have seen. Seen means try to understand. Whether understood or not, practiced or not, you know and God knows. I know and God knows. See, now you understand? कि बात को समझने में ही हम इतने कमजोर हैं तो कब प्रैक्टिस करें? Does it mean that we have to feel कमजोर about it? No, we should feel committed about it. Like I don't know Sanskrit. Should not feel weak about it. We should feel that I should start studying it at least now. That way. So Viveka we have seen, Vairagya we have seen. Then we entered into the Shama. What is Shama? In simple definition, Mano Nigraha. Then what is the bigger definition? Virajya Vishaya Vratat Dosha Drushtya Muhur Muhu Swalakshe Niyatavastha Manasa Shama Uchyate. Shama is the Mano Sadhana. What is the Mano Sadhana? Simple definition is Mano Nigraha is Shama. Shama Kaha Mano Nigraha. Bigger sadhana is from the Vishaya Vrata with Dosha Drushti. Again and again, pulling the mind away. So what is to be done in Shama? The first sadhana, pulling the mind away. From what? Vishaya Vrata. The thieves called as Vishayas. How do you do it, sir? Dosha Drishtya. When it has to be done, sir? Whenever the mind is going, then and then we have to pull it back. That is called as Muhur Muhu. This Muhur Muhu, Shankara Bhagavan copied from Bhagavad Gita. When Krishna said, Yato Yato Nischarati Manaschancharam Astiram Tatastato Niyamyaitat. जब जब जहां जहां मन भटक रहा है तब तब वहां वहां से मन को ले आना है. हाँ, बिकॉज नहीं तो द लिविंग द माइंड, लेट लूजिंग द माइंड, इट बिकम्स ए हैबिट विच वी हैव राइट नाउ. दैट्स कॉल्ड मनोराज्य. दैट वी लेट द माइंड सो मच लूज that it goes on thinking, worrying, brooding throughout the day and जिंदगी भर सोच ही रहा है, पता नहीं क्या सोच रहा है. We all, if we scan our minds, it's a fact. We are more worst pagal fellows than the people who are in the mental asylum. In the asylum, they are only pagal about the outer vyavahara, that they don't know. But we are outer and inside always mental only. Throughout life, because we let the mind loose. It thinks, it's worried, it is brooding. अरे कर क्या रहे हैं यार? रुक ही नहीं रहा हो. Now you understand the power of this sentence. Vishaya vratat dosha dushtya muhurmuhu virajya. half of the shama sadhana. Second half is स्वलक्ष्य नियत अवस्था, अपने लक्ष्य में मन को लगाना, लगाते जाना, ऐसे लगाते जाना कि वो लग गया. What is स्वलक्ष्य? शास्त्र श्रवणाध्ययन मनन चिंतन एंड ध्यान. परमात्मा is my lakshya. This is called the shama, bigger sadhana. From this definition standpoint, every moment shama is to be gained and maintained. Ashama is the mind is gone. That ashama sthiti in yoga bhasha is called the first three bhumikas of the chitta. What are they? Kshipta bhumika, vikshipta bhumika of the rajoguna, moodha bhumika of the tamoguna. That is called as ashamita mana, shamarahita mana, vishama mana. Understood, explained. Up, you do the homework remaining. Second one is damaha. What is damaha? Chakshuradi bahya indriya nigraha. When the antarindriya mano nigraha is shama, then chakshuradi bahya indriya nigraha is dama. This and related to the earlier sentence. What is it? Apyayantu mamangani vak pranas chakshu. They are all the indriyas. That's what is the topic. That is what is the meaning of dama. So, this is a small definition of chakshuradi bahyendriya nigraha. Then the bigger definition is what? Of ubhaya indriyas, ubhayasham indriyanam. You know, pulling away from their respective faculties and putting them sthapanam swasva golake ubhayasham indriyanam. Sadamaha parikirtitaha. So, from all the vishayas, the indriyas are pulled and they are kept in their own swasva golaka. All the ubhayasham indriyanam. 10 of them, Jnanendriya, Karmendriyas, that master is called as Dhamma. Like, you have to tell a work to your servant. But that servant should be at home, no? So already chala gaya, abhi how do you give him a work? So too you have to give the work to our Indriyas of sadhana. अरे देना है तो पहले तो घर में रहे. They have already gone. From wherever you have gone, the pulling those Indriyas and putting them in their own golaka. Like at the time of war, all those who are given छुट्टी holidays, those all army people are called back. अगर वो कल ही गया है फिर भी आना पड़ेगा उसको. तो युद्ध है. आध्यात्मिक साधक को साधना युद्ध है. हो all faculties from wherever the places, their fields they have gone, from there they have to be pulled. This is called dam. So up to this we have seen. Third one is beautiful. Third sadhana of the Shama Dama Uparamati Tiksha Shraddha Samadhana mein. Today we have to see from the third one. Third is called Uparatihi. What is Uparati? The simple definition of Tattva Bodha is ki Swadharmanushtanam eva. It's a very intelligent way of saying the thing sweetly. When you say the thing sweetly, that means you are intelligent. When you say something harsh, means you are egoistic. You are not intelligent. Intelligent person focuses on getting the work done. When the work to be done is got through the softness, sweetness, he will use that. That is intelligence. What is ego? Work बिगड़ने दो. मैं तो arrogantly I will be angry. So difference. Like all the marketing fellows. Their goal, they are trained to be intelligent. What is intelligence? Sweet. What is sweetness? See to it that your product is sold. बाकी सब बकवास. Isn't it? That other fellow may question you, doubt you, कुछ भी कहेगा वो. फिर भी ये प्यार से बोलता रहे नहीं साहब ऐसा नहीं, अभी प्रोडक्ट ठीक हो गया, हमने यहाँ सुधार ली, वे अच्छी तरह ले आ रहे, अभी थोड़ा कॉस्ट भी कम कर दिया, आप ले लो. हाउ स्वीटली प्लीड्स एज ही उसका सर्वेंट है. वो कुछ नहीं है मन में. Purpose is sell it. That is intelligence. Here also, the sweetness is called as the intelligence. So, here, sweetly Bhagavan Shankara is telling the definition of Uparati without any harm. What is that? Swadharma Anushtanam Eva. See, all the three words are so powerful. First of all, you recognize what are your Swadharmas. At the same time, because these are my Swadharmas, anything other than these are not my Swadharma, they are Paradharma. First thing is clear, what are my Swadharma, what are not my Swadharma. Thereafter, of that Swadharma, Anushtanam. Like an Anushtana, we have to follow my Swadharma only. That is what Uparati, he gives definition. And it doesn't stop there. Swadharma Anushtanam Eva. Eva word applied for both. For both what? Doing the Swadharma as the Anushtana, for that also Eva is applied. And if it is not my Swadharma, come what may, even it comes to someone, some thousands, millions of rupees loss, or even it comes to my own life, still I will not do. That's called in Krishna's Gita, Swadharme Nidhanam Shreya Paradharmo Bhayava. That time naturally the Uparati happens. You need not put efforts extra. Why we are putting extra efforts in pulling our attention from the world? Because we are not Anushtana Yukta in our Swadharma. Two things, right? It is my Swadharma, therefore I must do it. And then other things are not my Swadharma, I should not do. When we are sticking to this point, naturally the mind is withdrawn. That is the power of the Uparati sadhana. That's why he gave the Swadharma Anushtana definition in the small text Tattvabodha. Small means small in quantity. Quality wise, it is no less than any Vivek Chudamani or Upanishads. But it's only a Prakarana Grantha. That's by name it is that way. Otherwise, content wise, it is sufficient to guide. So, what is third sadhana? Uparati or Uparama. Somewhere Uparama, it is Uparati. Uparama. Definition: Swadharma Anushtanam Eva. Knowing my Swadharmas and doing the Anushtana. Then, how do we know what are Swadharmas? They are written in the Shastras. How do we study Shastras? The Gurus teach us. See, that is why the Tulsidas' intelligence in the evening class. Pratama hi vipracharanati priti. Then Nija Nija Karma Swadharma Anushtanameva. And who teaches us? Nirata Shruti Riti. Ehikara Phala Puni Vishaya Viraga. See the last class and first class, they're going together. हो गया राम गीता हो गया. I'm feeling so bad. थोड़ा है but enjoying last 10 days every day. So Uparati kim Swadarusmanushtanam eva. Okay. This is the definition in Tattvabodha. Understood? स्वधर्म में अनुष्ठान के रूप में बस रहो. That natural withdrawal naturally will happen without any struggle. That's why in this world people who are sticking to their discipline, they are not at all indulgent in the world. And those who are vagabonds like running in the world, that means they are not busy in their sadharma. And I tell you, Bhagavan gives us the time and facilities and faculties exactly sufficient for our sadharma anushtana. And in that sadharma, the two are there sadharma. One outer sadharma, second is paramadharma rupi sadharma, that is spiritual dharma. पूरा faculties, time, energy, भगवान इन दोनों के लिए देते हैं. And the one who matches these two, all the time, energy, talents, opportunities given to me, and then using them to do the anushtanam of the sadharma and spiritual sadharma. He has no other things to involve in. Like whatever salary we get, it is sufficient perfectly for my proper living, comfortable. Then using that money for punya karma, sadhana karma. एग्जैक्टली हर महीने जितना पैसा आ रहा है उस तरह खर्चा होना है तो खत्म. Because we don't do the punya karma and philanthropy karma, that excessive money we misuse for the bhoga. Or we put in the bank and make a fixed deposit and give to the stupid fellows called as children, grandchildren who don't deserve. हाँ, let them earn. No, तुम्हारी बात ही सुनता नहीं हो उसको क्यों पैसे देते? Better you write on your property, on your servants or those who are serving Sanatan Dharma. Anyway, तुम क्या मैं क्या करूं उसके लिए? हो गया बात. Now बड़ा definition is what? The विषयेभ्य परावर्त्य स्वापनम स्वस्व गोलके उभयेषाम इंद्रियाणाम शतमः परिकीर्तितः. There for the shamaha is what? बाह्यानालंबनम वृत्तेः एषोपरतिरुत्तमा. I cannot explain the feeling of this sentence. It is so sweet. Esha uttama uparatihi. This is the highest of the uparati. What is that? Vruttehe bahya analambanam. मेरा अंतःकरण वृत्तिस don't have any outer objects or things or beings or people or places for the sake of some enjoyment or bhoga, for the sake of attachment as the object for my thoughts. मेरे मन के वृत्ति का बाहरी कोई वस्तु का आलंबन नहीं होना. That is Galuparat. The same thing, the other meaning is Swadharmanushkanam. The same thing is what? Is so busy in managing his personality, managing his duties, managing his sadhanas. The same thing in Bhagavad Gita, Bhasha is what? Second chapter. Yasyam Jagrati Bhutani Sa Nisha Pashyato. All the beings to the world of vitalism or extrovertedness to which they are all awakened. Our Muni is sleeping to that. है ना? यस्याम यस्याम द्वैत अवस्थायाम भूतानि जागृति सा पश्यतो मुनेः निशा. So to that world and worldliness to which the people are awakened, to that Muni sleeps. What is said there is defined here as uparati. What is that? बाह्य अनालंबनम वृत्तेः एषा उत्तमा उपरति. है ना? Then this has a beautiful explanation needed to be given without taking much time. 2 minutes में I'll tell. Listen carefully. कि what are my swadharmas if I know and do them? Beyond that, what is my paramadharma of spirituality if I do? That is sufficient in this world. What is the meaning of not sufficient? Other than these two, worrying about the world excessively, unnecessarily, from our own side, it is no healthy sign. For two reasons. One is the Ishvara is managing the whole world. Please believe he is more intelligent than us. Two, everybody is having their own capacities, their own prarabdhas, their own efforts, and their own way of evolution. Unless somebody is sent by the Lord to our life, we need not attend to anyone. Kayako, that fellow has his own prarabdha, he will do his work. Isn't it? Like you are there. You come to this class. So you are coming, my responsibility to talk to you on this Shastra. Okay, baat khatam. Then each of you, how is your health, how is your money position, how are your children, grandchildren? Arey, aap पूछोगे, तो I will tell you. More than that, why should I worry? As if I am more intelligent and responsible. You are responsible and there is God for you there to guide you. He is intelligent. Why should I worry about you, batao? And I have done the prayer. Those who are coming to my class, oh Lord, please take care of them. An extra special prayer. Because of that affinity, which should be natural. Other than that, a universal prayer that every sadhaka in the world be safe and healthy. Oh, ho gaya. Mera kaam ho gaya na? Is it wisdom or not, batao? Because otherwise, if I don't have this uparati of bahya alambana tyaga, then I call you, I message you, and how are you? I keep asking you, how many times you fought today, wife and husband? Hurry, you'll be feeling I'm bothering you only. You say, kahe ka Swami hai? Even if I'm Swami, all the respect to me will go away. Because you have your own intelligence to deal with the things, tackle the things. Even if you don't have intelligence, there is a prarabdha to push you through those experiences. Example, आपके बताया, isn't it? Everywhere it is like that. That is why वृत्ति का बाह्य आलंबन नहीं होना चाहिए. वृत्ति means thoughts. Why are you worried about this world? Don't be a self-appointed managing director of this world to manage it and direct it. No need. You know what your swadharma? Yeah, karo. You know what is your paramadharma? Spiritual sadhana? Yeah, karo bas. In life, somebody comes to us, we do something to them. Isn't it? That's why even with wife or husband or children, there are still, even in those relations, there is limitations. That's why भाई खुद ही कहते हैं चुप रहो आप. If you are married 60 years, chup raho, she must have said to you every day 10 times into 365 into 60 years. If you calculate 600 into 360 times, she must have said. That much freedom she wants from you. चुप रहो और बस करो और मेरे को पता है अब बोलो मत. They're all synonyms only. A wise person knows that his limitations. बाह्य अनालंबनम वृत्ते हैं. Even your dog doesn't need your so much of attention. वो वो कहती छोड़ यार मेरे को, मैं अपने धूम हिला रहा हूँ, तुम अपना हिला दो. व्हाई आर यू डिस्टर्बिंग मी? वी से नो नो आई विल टेक यू फॉर शेयर करना, मेरे को नहीं करना है. This much wisdom is required in life. Not knowing is what to do out of our ego, our overconfidence, over smartness. Continuously we poke in the Ishvara's Leela or Srushti. That he doesn't like. That's why he punishes us in the form of the dukkha given to us by the insult from the people. And you cry. स्वामी मैं इतना भी बोलता हूँ सुनते नहीं, मैं इतना दुखी होता हूँ. That is such a foolish sentence it is. तुम दुखी होने हद तक, why are you telling him when he is not listening? If somebody wants to listen, he will come and ask you. You know, he doesn't ask you why. He knows it, or he knows he had somebody else better. Like if you don't ask me about your problems, either you are solving them or you have a better people to guide you. Why should I feel my ego in that? ठीक, उपरति के पीछे इतना knowledge है, and that is an essential sadhana. We are discussing a part of it only. All these maturities put together are the ones which will help us in spiritual. Otherwise, we say I am studying Upanishad, I am doing Brahma Vidya, but the whole life of ours and mind of ours are caught up in so many immaturities. This is an immaturity, not having Uparati. You have done your duty, bas, vadharmanushtanam, then vruttehe bahya analambanam. The definition of Tattva and Vivek Chudamani, dono upayog karo. And Uttama Uparati says. Uttama Uparati means Uparati itself is Uttama sadhana. In that Uttama sadhana Uparati, the Uttama is Vruttehe Bahya Analambana. I did what I have to do and I prayed for the universal good. My job is over. No, I'm not worried. And you know the need of it every day, the same. Like the husband. He has taken care of the family at home till 9 o'clock in the morning. Now he has gone to the office. Sadharmanushtanam he has done at home. Then once he has gone to the office, for him the domestic things are bahya. He will not have the alambana of it. Then only he can focus on his that swadharma of the office work. Then when he comes in the evening, the office work becomes now bahya. Uska alamban nahi karna. Then only the swadharma of the house he can do that. That's called uparat. जो कर सकते हो, जो करना है उसमें फोकस करके, not worrying about anything, that's called uparati. That is called as the beautiful and required Upanishad dharma. नहीं तो क्या होगा? You are in the Gurukula, you are in the ashram, Guru told you to do this and that seva or sadhana. Instead of that, you poke in everybody's nose. You poke your nose in everybody's activities. You do your job there. But I am seeing them, if you are asked, you tell. The Guru didn't ask, it is his mistake then. He did not appoint you as agent 116 to see everybody. This happened in Gurudev's case. Gurudev was, having that earlier, some that smoking habit. Some of the Swamis saw Sadhu Sannyasi and they are so jealous of Gurudev's intelligence, his maturity, his grasping power. Therefore, Tapon Maharaj had not attachment or any such thing. How can he have that? Naturally, when a good qualified student है तो उसको पढ़ाने को मन होता है. These people wanted to break that relation. They went to Tapon Maharaj and they told Gurudev, you do this, we are going to tell you the Guru Maharaj. Gurudev ko hum kahenge. They used to call Maharaj as Gurudev. Then Gurudev, our Gurudev, he thought he pata chalega, so Guru will punish me, he will kick me out of ashram, such a strict disciplinarian. Then he अपने पोटली बंद करके रखे हैं. He wanted to leave and go. Then he thought, chalo, before leaving, let me see what will they tell to Maharaj. सुन तो लो मैं what language. The miracle what happened. When those two sannyasis went and told Param Guru Tapana Maharaj that your disciple or Chinmaya does this and that, Guru Maharaj Tapana Maharaj told them कि दूसरों के जिंदगी में दखलंदाज देना और दूसरों की गलतियां ढूंढना सन्यासी का लक्षण है नहीं है. लक्षण नहीं है तुम यहां से चले जाओ. He scolded them in Hindi, in the tutti-putti Malayali Hindi. And then never he uttered even one thing about this to Gurudev. That's the moment when Gurudev has totally surrendered already, the tears in eyes for his Guru. That's why when Tapon Maharaj was sick, Gurudev was so miserable. He said, now I know the things. Well, by then Gurudev is popular, no? 1957, Tapon Maharaj left. 1951 only Gurudev started his work mission. Already has become little famous. So he said to Maharaj कि आपको दिल्ली ले जाएंगे इलाज कराएंगे, मुंबई ले जाएंगे इलाज कराएंगे. All that. Tapon Maharaj said only one thing. क्या दिल्ली और मुंबई में लोग नहीं मरते? Yes, such a powerful way of saying. My Ganga Maya served me and loved me. Let drop my body when I leave it, put it in a potli and throw it in Ganga like a bag full of stones. That too much Parama Vairagi he was. Because he knows ki Gurudev is meant for some higher work. One or two small things in his life, they will go one day. They are not permanent. हर एक का अपना मेच्योरिटी आता है. चलिए he will say, if for the small little mistake of him, if I value it and send him away, then I am denying the world of having a great Mahatma to serve. So they have that drishti. So all the topic why I took that those sannyasis, instead of doing their sadhana, were trying to tell about Gurudev to Tapon Maharaj. अब कितने गुस्ताख क्या हैं बताओ. I don't list them out. Seeing Gurudev, feeling jealous about him and seeing him, oh, ये तुम्हारा काम है ही नहीं, उसके लिए गए नहीं तुम वहां. In this life, we have never come for any other nonsense. Our Swadharmanushtanam outer, our Paramadharmanushtanam inner. That's it. Think about it. Not knowing it, leaving our jobs without attending to them. How much we have spent our whole life in improving the world, in changing the world. That's why I kept these classes the name that I am doing these classes for my sake. Not to improve you. You are all Brahmagnanis. You are all realized saints. You are all great people. You are the Paramatma embodied. See that one sadhana uparati. Done. Today that is enough. Tomorrow we'll see titiksha. One day it will take. Then Shraddha will take one day. Samadhana will take another day. Then the mumukshutva. Then what is Shravana Manana Nidya. Then we'll study about the Anubhuti Nishtha. And then Seva. लगने दो एक आध दिन और क्या. फिर से I will not touch this mantra. Okay. We will just enter into the Sambandha Bhash. Om 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 Purnamadaha Shrutimatre Namaha Tatsat Brahmarpanamastu. What a patience you have, friends. Thank you. We have seen elaborately with so many examples. Maybe the Lord wants us to deeply understand. Let us cherish it. Thank you. Now come for our Vedic chanting. Half a minute break. Jaya Jaya Govinda Jaya Hari. Mitra, yesterday we have learnt the most beautiful Shankha Mani Bandhana Suktam. Did we learn or not? Yeah, Swamiji, you have learnt, not we. अरे यार आप भी सीखे थे ऐसा मत कहो दुखी मत करना मुझे सेम थिंग विल चैंट टुडे फॉर 3 times ओके 3 और छोटा ही तो है तो 5 बार भी कर सकते राम राम या ब्यूटिफुल शंखमणि बंधनम ओम सर्वरक्षणार्थम अथर्वण वेदांतर्गत शंखमणि बंधन सूक्तम ओम वाताज्जातो अंतरिक्षात् विद्युतो ज्योतिषस्परे सनो हिरण्यजाः शंखः कृशनः पात्वं हसः यो अग्रतो रोचनानां समुद्रादधिजग्निषे शंखेन हत्वा रक्षांसि अत्रिणो विषहामहे शंखेनामीवाम् अमतिं शंखेनोत सदान्वाः शंखो नो विश्वभेषजः कृशनः पात्वं हसः दिवि जातः समुद्रजः सिन्धुतः सर्वा स्पर्वा सिन्धुतः स्पर्याभृतः सनो हिरण्यजाः शंखः आयुष्प्रतरणो मणिः समुद्राज्जातो मणिर्वृत्राज्जातो दिवाकरः सो अस्मान् सर्वतः पातु हेत्या देवासुरेभ्यः हिरण्यानामेकोऽसि सोमात् त्वमधिजग्निषे रथे त्वमसि दर्शत इषुधौ रोचनस्त्वं प्रण आयोगं शितारिषद् देवानाम् अस्थिकृशनं बभूव तदात्मन्वच्चरत्यप्स्वन्तः तत्ते बध्नाम्यायुषे वर्चसे बलाय दीर्घायुत्वाय शतशारदाय कार्शनस्त्वा विरक्षतु ॐ शान्तिः 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 सेकंड टाइम ॐ वाताज्जातो अन्तरिक्षात् विद्युतो ज्योतिषस्परे सनो हिरण्यजाः शंखः कृशनः पात्वं हसः यो अग्रतो रोचनानां समुद्रादधिजग्निषे शंखेन हत्वा रक्षांसि अत्रिणो विषहामहे शंखेनामीवाममतिं शंखेनोत सदान्वाः शंखो नो विश्वभेषजः कृशनः पात्वं हसः दिवि जातः समुद्रजः सिन्धुतः स्पर्व्याभृतः सनो हिरण्यजाः शंखः आयुष्प्रतरणो मणिः समुद्राज्जातो मणिर्वृत्राज्जातो दिवाकरः सो अस्मान् सर्वतः पातु हेत्या देवासुरेभ्यः हिरण्यानामेकोऽसि सोमात् त्वमधिजग्निषे रथे त्वमसि दर्शत इषुधौ रोचनस्त्वं प्रण आयोंशितारिषतो देवानाम् अस्थिकृशनं बभूव तदात्मन्वच्चरत्यप्स्वन्तः तत्ते बध्नाम्यायुषे वर्चसे बलाय दीर्घायुत्वाय शतशारदाय कार्शनस्त्वा विरक्षतु ॐ शान्तिः 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 थर्ड टाइम ॐ वाताज्जातो अन्तरिक्षात् विद्युतो ज्योतिषस्परे सनो हिरण्यजाः शंखः कृशनः पात्वं हसः यो अग्रतो रोचनानां समुद्रादधिजग्निषे शङ्खेन हत्वा रक्षांसि अत्रिणो विषहामहे शङ्खेनामीवाममतिं शङ्खेनोत सदान्वाः शङ्खो नो विश्वभेषजः कृष्णः पात्वं हसः दिवि जातः समुद्रजः सिन्धुतः सर्वा स्पर्याभृतः स नो हिरण्यजाः शङ्खः आयुष्प्रतरणो मणिः समुद्राज्जातो मणिर्वृत्राज्जातो दिवाकरः सो अस्मान् सर्वतः पातु हेत्यादेवासुरेभ्यः हिरण्यान्नामेकोऽसि सोमात्त्वमधिजग्निषे कथेत् रथे त्वमसि दर्शत इषुदौ रोचनस्त्वं प्रणआयोंषितारिषत् देवानाम् अस्ति कृशनं बभूव तदात्मन्वच्चरत्यप्स्वन्तः तत्ते बध्नाम्यायुषे वर्चसे बलाय दीर्घायुत्वाय शतशारदाय कार्शनस्त्वा विरक्षतु ॐ शान्तिः 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 फोर्थ टाइम ॐ वाताज्जातो अन्तरिक्षाद् विद्युतो ज्योतिषस्परे स नो हिरण्यजाः शङ्कः कृशनः पात्वं हसः यो अग्रतो रोचनानां समुद्रादधिजग्निषे शङ्खेन हत्वा रक्षांसि अत्रिणो विषहामहे शङ्खेनामीवाम् अमतिं शङ्खेनोत सदान्वाः शङ्खो नो विश्वभेषजः कृशनः पात्वं हसः दिवि जातः समुद्रजः सिन्धुतस्पर्याभृतः स नो हिरण्यजाः शङ्ख आयुष्प्रतरणो मणिः समुद्राज्जातो मणिर्वृत्राज्जातो दिवाकरः सो अस्मान् सर्वतः पातु हेत्यादेवासुरेभ्यः हिरण्यानामेकोऽसि सोमात्त्वमधिजग्निषे रथे त्वमसि दर्शत इषुतौ रोचनस्त्वं प्रणआयोंषितारिषत् देवानाम् अस्थिकृशनं बभूव तदात्मन्वच्चरत्यप्स्वन्तः तत्ते बध्नाम्यायुषे वर्चसे बलाय दीर्घायुत्वाय शतशारदाय कार्शनस्त्वा विरक्षतु फिफ्थ टाइम ओम शांति 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 पांचवी बार ओम वाताज्जातो अंतरिक्षात् विद्युतो ज्योतिषस्परे स नो हिरण्यजाः शङ्कः कृशनः पात्वं हसः यो अग्रतो रोचनानां समुद्रादधिजग्निषे शङ्खेन हत्वा रक्षांस्यत्रिणो विषहामहे शङ्खेनामीवाममतिं शङ्खेनोत सदान्वाः शङ्खो नो विश्वभेषजः कृशनः पात्वं हसः दिवि जातः समुद्रजः सिन्धुतस्पर्याभृतः स नो हिरण्यजाः शङ्ख आयुष्प्रतरणो मणिः समुद्राज्जातो मणिर्वृत्राज्जातो दिवाकरः सो अस्मान् सर्वतः पातु हेत्यादेवासुरेभ्यः हिरण्यानामेकोऽसि सोमात् त्वमधिजग्निषे रथे त्वमसि दर्शत इषुदौ रोचनस्त्वं प्रणआयोंषितारिषत् देवानाम् अस्थिकृशनं बभूव तदात्मन्वच्चरत्यप्स्वन्तः तत्ते बध्नाम्यायुषे वर्चसे बलाय दीर्घायुत्वाय शतशारदाय कार्शनस्त्वा विरक्षतु ॐ शान्तिः 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 tomorrow we'll learn the new suktam so one day we'll learn keep that meaning in the mind next day when we chant feeling that meaning chant along 3 or 4 or 5 times may the rishis of our vedas the devatas bless us as per the mantras which we are chanting every day. You know, each of them so beautiful, powerful, required. Be in this mood always. So having done our 5 sadhanas, the sixth one now is our mantra dhyanam. We are doing the mantra dhyanam of the Gayatri mantras of so many devatas. And followed by that, so many rishis we have taken up. Yesterday was so sweet. The Shukadevaji. Before that, we have done his grandfather, the Parasharaji. Before that, if you remember, we have done the Valmiki ji. Before that, if you remember, we have done the Naradaji. If we remember before that, we have done about Sanaka, Sanandana, Sanatana, Sanat Kumaras. उससे पहले then so many of the other rishis, sapta rishis mainly, we went on doing it. याद है आपको? So today in the same sequence, we do the mantrocharana of which rishi? Yagnavalkya Maharshi. So many are there. I think at least 50 more I am going to do. You don't stop me, please. Such a great rishis. We have at least few of them. If you remember, हमारा जन्म धन्य है. सब ऋषियों के लिस्ट में हमारा नाम आ जाएगा यार हमने याद किया. Okay. So the Yagnavalkya Maharshi. The meaning of his name Yagnavalkya. Valkala means kapda, dress पहनना. Like Sri Ram ji na नारचीर वल्कल धारण करके he has gone. So Yagnavalkya means the one for whom the yajnas are the Valkala. The outer yajnas, Kratus, as said by the Vedas, the inner yajna of the Jnana yajna. So that shows that Yagnavalkya Rishiji was fully busy in the outer Dravya yajnas and inner Jnana yajna. That is his name. He gave the Jnana about the yajnas, both the outer yajna and Tattva Jnana yajna. Moksha, दोनों का उन्होंने दिया. Okay. Devarata is his father. Then his guru is the great Vaishampayana Rishi. अब उनका भी मंत्र बोलेंगे एक दिन आएगा जो मेरे सीक्वेंस में है उसके अनुसार आई एम डूइंग इट. This Yagnavalkya Rishi has two wives, great both of them, Maitreyi as well as the Katyayani. Okay. Maitreyi is the one who has sought the Brahmagnana from him, Maitreyi Brahmana. The Katyayani was such a wonderful one who fulfilled the Grahastha Dharma. These two were his wives. Then, few things about Yagnavalkya Maharshi are naturally from his guru Vaishampayanaji only. The entire Vidya, Veda Vidya he has learned. That Vidya is called Krishna Yajurveda. Maybe it must be called as Yajurveda only in the beginning. Then, in one of the occasions, for some work, he took more initiative than told by the Guru, belittling co-disciples. As if what they can do, I am better disciple than them to you and I am more capable, I can do it. In that way, the other disciples ke prati nyunata bhavam, then the superiority complex within arrogance and daring to suggest to the Guru, seeing these three tapasyas, Guru sent him out of the ashram. And while going, he said, give out all the Vidya I gave to you. Guru ka dekho Vaishampayana is very strict. Then he vomited all that Vidya, Yagnavalkya Rishi. Then all the disciples he told, become the Tittri birds, then consume all the Jnanam which I have given to him. So they take it. That's how the Taittiriya Brahmanam, which we have chanted, I think in one of the classes, the whole Taittiriya Brahmanam we chanted. Then what did this Yagnavalkya do now? He is alone without anything. He did the Surya Bhagavan's upasana. From the Bhagavan Surya, till that time not revealed again. Veda mantras, everything he got revealed. These mantras which are revealed to him, they are called now the Shukla Yajurveda. And what the Guru Vaishampayanaji had got, he's got Krishna Yajurveda. The Yajurveda has two portions, Shukla and Krishna. The Krishna Yajurveda belongs to the Vaishampayana Rishi Parampara. Shukla is given to by this Yagnavalkya Rishi. Okay. Then this is about the Yagnavalkya Rishis. Greatness that from Surya Bhagavan he got revealed this entire Shukla Yajurvediya Bhaga. It's a big one. All those details when you keep on listening, studying, going through, what are Veda, what are Purana, सब दिमाग लगाओ तो समझ में आता है. हम लगाते नहीं. लगाओ, पढ़ो, रोते रहते दिन भर, है ना. Next, Raja Janaka Sabha, he goes there. This is another story about Janakaji. There, he has got the wonderful discussion in that Janaka Sabha about the Brahmagnana Vishaya. He defeats all of them. The Brihadaranyaka Upanishad exhaustively talks about it. We will see that. So there, the main ones with whom he discussed and gave the answer to their questions is one is the Gargi Vachaknavi. With that, Vachaknavi Vacha. So too, the Maitreyi with her, whatever the Brahmagnana he got, he gave to her. It comes two times. The Maitreyi Brahmana mein jo jnana hai, in the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, fourth as well as sixth, in both chapters it comes. Okay. These two things of Yagnavalkya's discussions in the Janaka Raja's Sabha, they become very important portion of Yagnavalkya's contributions as well as Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. So Yagnavalkya's contributions to us through him, the Veda revealed, Shukla Veda, and Veda has got the Brahma Jnana. So therefore, Brahma Jnana revealed to us through the Upanishads. Yagnavalkya Rishi's contribution to us is the revealer of the Atma Jnana. And that most famous mantra of that Brihadaranyaka Upanishad attributed to him means through him it is revealed. When he tells to his wife with all the love, Maitreyi, when she asks, that such wealth pura you are giving us and going, you must be going for something more valuable. Then give me that, not this, if I am deserving. In that sweet way, when the Maitri asks, then he tells about the I am going in search of Atman, enough of all these yajnas and all. मैं जा रहा हूँ. So that Atman is this. Atma va are drashtavyaha. How? Shrotavyo, mantavyo, nididhyasitavyaha. Why? Atmaniva are drishtva, shrutva, matya, sarvam viditam syat. This is the famous mantra. The self alone is to be experienced through this Shravana Manana Nididhyasana, which we are going to study in our uh, Lakshanas and Upanishads Dharmas tomorrow. With that, the Brahman is realized, one gets moksha. This very often quoted mantra is of Yagnavalkya's contribution. Again, in the Yagnavalkya, Prasiddha Atmabodha Siddhanta only, another famous sentence comes, which we often quote, Neti Neti. है ना निषिध्य निखिलोपाधीन नेति नेति वाक्यतः विद्यादैक्यम महावाक्यैः जीवात्म परमात्मनोः. So this neti neti siddhanta is given to us by Yagnavalkya. है ना? Two things only. Brahman is Sachidananda, Brahman is Atman. So anything which is other than Sachidananda and which is an Atma, go on saying na iti na iti na iti. When that way everything rejectable by saying Nitya Neti is rejected, what remains unrejectable is Brahman. Brahman is told and Brahman is experienced only this way. You cannot say anything about Brahman because it is already you. It is not an object. It is a subjective experience. How to reach to that? By doing Neti Neti. These all have to be explained. When we study that Upanishad, it comes exhaustively. Then he has given in that Maitreyi Brahmanam one of the very blunt, blatant, ruthless truth he has expressed. That ruthless truth, only a courageous, daring persons alone can dare to understand it. All other kamzor log cannot. What is the daring sentence which he repeats for 9 to 10 times is, nobody loves in this world anybody for anybody's sake. Anybody loves anybody for his own sake. Therefore, if somebody says, I love you, is a number one bakwas. And you telling somebody, I love you, is number two bakwas. Because nobody loves anybody for anybody's sake. Everybody loves anything for his own sake. Full stop. And then it tells that about Atmavastu. So, Navare patyuk kamaya pati priyavati, Atmastu kamaya pati priyavati. नवारे भार्यायै कामाय भार्या प्रियो भवति आत्मनस्तु कामाय भार्या नवारे पुत्रस्य कामाय पुत्रो प्रियो भवति आत्मनस्तु कामाय पुत्रो प्रियो भवति नवारे धनस्य कामाय धनं प्रियं भवति आत्मनस्तु कामाय धनं प्रियं भवति लाइक दैट 12 or 14 things he tells. This is again Maitreya Rishi's Maitreya Brahmana में याज्ञवल्क्य Rishi's contribution. His contribution is this one of the thing called Shatapatha Brahmanam. It's a very good Brahmana Grantha belonging to Shukla Yajurveda. Second, his contribution through him came to us is the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. In that Brahma Vidya, Atma Vidya, Neti Neti, through that the Moksha Marga is given. Third is very important is Vajasaneya Samhita. Again, this Vajasaneya Samhita is basic thing in the Shukla Yajurveda which has come to us through him. This is also thoroughly studied. Those who are interested in Vedas. If you are interested in cinema, you find about cinema of the whole world. If you are interested in the sports, you just inquire about it. There are some people who are interested in the Vedas, so they do the research of all that. Their whole life is spent in them. So there is Vajasne Samhita. Then the most important is, like so many Smriti Granthas we talked about, the Parashara Smriti, the Apastamba Smriti, the Manusmriti, the Sutta Samhita, also the Vasishta Yoga Vasishta Smriti, Bhagavad Gita is a Smriti. We have a Yagnavalkya Smriti also. Yagnavalkya ji has given the Smriti Grantha also. In that Smriti Granthas mainly the do's and don'ts are explained to us. So in this way, the Yagnavalkya has become a very, very important Maharishi in our Sanatana Dharma Rishi Parampara, in the Veda Parampara, in the Upanishad Parampara. That is how the Yagnavalkya Maharshi. Okay. What is the mantra we chant them for him? He has given us the Shruti, the Veda, and also he has given us the Smriti. Therefore, Shruti Smriti Karanaya Vidmahe. Through him it is expressed. He has become means. So Shruti Smriti Karanaya Vidmahe. Then Brahmarshayecha Dhimahi. Then Tanno Yagnavalkya Prachodayat. Brahmarshi is there. Shruti Smriti Data he is. Therefore that mantra we chant. These are not written in any place, the mantras. We are compiling some of them. Some of them are there. We are some adding or editing. Our purpose is Vidmahe Dhimahi Prachodayat, these words. So we know that Rishi, we meditate on him and we are praying to him to do the Prachodana. But Vidmahe Dhimahi Prachodayat, you cannot do it. The first two are in the fourth dative case, the last one is prayer. So something has to be added. So what do we add? What are the great things related to that Rishi? We are adding them. Any Gayatri mantra is like that. So here, like so many mantras till yesterday we saw, many of them 90% are there. Prevalent, few of them, जहाँ दो तीन मंत्र है तो उसको हम मिक्स करके what is most suitable to us, we were doing it. And purpose is very clear. Okay. Om Shruti Smriti Karanaya Vidmahe Brahmarsheye cha Dhimahi Tanno Yagnavalkya Prachodayat. Brahmarshi. Start. Om Parabrahma Paramatma Swarupa Shri Yagnavalkya Maharsheye Namaha Dhyayami Avahayami Sthapayami Pujayami Chatra Chamaradin Samarpayami Samasta Shaktiyopachara Bhaktiyopachara Ajopachara Devopacharan Samarpayami Mantrena Japena Gayatri Mantrena उपासनादिना तोषयामि नमस्करोमि आत्मसमर्पणं करोमि प्रार्थयामि समस्त बाह्याभ्यंतर शत्रु निर्मूलं कृत्वा मां रक्ष रक्ष इति मां आत्मानुभवं प्रति प्रचोदनं कृत्वा आत्मानुभवं प्रदेहि इति तथा सनातन धर्मस्य वैदिक हैंदव संस्कृतेः भारतवर्षस्य बाह्याभ्यंतर शत्रून् शाश्वत रूपेण समूल निर्मूलं कृत्वा सनातन धर्मस्य भारतवर्षस्य अभिवृद्धिं विश्वव्याप्तिं च प्रदेहि इति प्रार्थयामि. So only 16 times we will do the time. Om Shruti Smriti Purana Karanaya Vidmahe Brahmarsheye cha Dhimahi Tanno Yagnavalkya Prachodayat. ॐ श्रुतिस्मृतिकारणाय विद्महे ब्रह्मर्षये च धीमहि तन्नो याज्ञवल्क्य प्रचोदयात् ॐ श्रुतिस्मृतिकारणाय विद्महे ब्रह्मर्षये च धीमहि तन्नो याज्ञवल्क्यः प्रचोदयात् ॐ श्रुतिस्मृतिकारणाय विद्महे ब्रह्मर्षये च धीमहि तन्नो याज्ञवल्क्यः प्रचोदयात् ॐ श्रुतिस्मृतिकारणाय विद्महे ब्रह्मर्षये च धीमहि तन्नो याज्ञवल्क्यः प्रचोदयात् ॐ श्रुतिस्मृतिकारणाय विद्महे ब्रह्मर्षये च धीमहि तन्नो याज्ञवल्क्यः प्रचोदयात् ॐ श्रुतिस्मृतिकारणाय विद्महे ब्रह्मर्षये च धीमहि तन्नो याज्ञवल्क्यः प्रचोदयात् ॐ श्रुतिस्मृतिकारणाय विद्महे ब्रह्मर्षये च धीमहि तन्नो याज्ञवल्क्यः प्रचोदयात् ॐ श्रुतिस्मृतिकारणाय विद्महे ब्रह्मर्षये च धीमहि तन्नो याज्ञवल्क्यः प्रचोदयात् ॐ श्रुतिस्मृतिकारणाय विद्महे ब्रह्मर्षये च धीमहि तन्नो याज्ञवल्क्यः प्रचोदयात् ॐ श्रुतिस्मृतिकारणाय विद्महे ब्रह्मर्षये च धीमहि तन्नो याज्ञवल्क्यः प्रचोदयात् ॐ श्रुतिस्मृतिकारणाय विद्महे ब्रह्मर्षये च धीमहि तन्नो याज्ञवल्क्यः प्रचोदयात् ॐ श्रुतिस्मृतिकारणाय विद्महे ब्रह्मर्षये च धीमहि तन्नो याज्ञवल्क्यः प्रचोदयात् ॐ श्रुतिस्मृतिकारणाय विद्महे ब्रह्मर्षये च धीमहि तन्नो याज्ञवल्क्यः प्रचोदयात् ॐ श्रुतिस्मृतिकारणाय विद्महे ब्रह्मर्षये च धीमहि तन्नो याज्ञवल्क्यः प्रचोदयात् ॐ श्रुतिस्मृतिकारणाय विद्महे ब्रह्मर्षये च धीमहि तन्नो याज्ञवल्क्यः प्रचोदयात् ॐ परब्रह्म परमात्मस्वरूप श्री याज्ञवल्क्य महर्षये नमः नमस्करोमि तव चरणौ शरणं प्रपन्नोऽस्मि प्रार्थयामि मां रक्ष रक्ष परिपाहि समस्तबाह्याभ्यन्तरशत्रुविघ्नदुर्गुणान् समूलनिर्मूलं कृत्वा अस्मिन् जन्मनि अस्मिन् क्षणे एव आत्मानुभवं प्रति प्रचोदनं कृत्वा आत्मानुभवं दत्त्वा मुक्तिं प्रदेहि तथा वैदिक-ऐन्दवसंस्कृतेः सनातनधर्मस्य भारतवर्षस्यापि संरक्षणं विश्वव्याप्तिम् अभिवृद्धिं च कुरु कुरु इति प्रार्थयामि ॐ याज्ञवल्क्यमहर्षये नमः 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 16 times we did, 92 you have to do at your leisure time. Now the last thing of the day before we again start our Gita study is our simple common sense thought. Today 2 2 3 3 minutes or 1 1 minute, two common sense thoughts we learn. Let us see. One is what? All these four are equally bad or useless. That's it. Sentence is this. All these four are equally bad as well as useless. What are the four things? First one is not knowing is bad and useless. So, as bad and useless is not knowing, is knowing but not remembering. Simple impression. Like a child goes to an exam. He never studied only. The other fellow studied so much. But when he went to the exam, he saw the question paper. He didn't remember all what he studied. You know, इतना मेहनत करके पढ़ा उसने, ये तो कुछ पढ़ा ही नहीं. There may be difference here, but as regard the result comes, दोनों को जीरो अंडा आएगा. है कि नहीं? Because therefore, the not remembering what you know is as bad and useless as not knowing at all. In the same way, third one, as much bad it is to not knowing and not remembering. So much bad is what? Knowing and remembering, but not at all doing. Like this boy, same example. He knows the answers, he remembered it, but वो लिखा नहीं था उधर वो. Some children are like that. All questions, answers I knew. But did you write, रे बाबा? नहीं, मैं इधर उधर देख रहा था, गप्पे मार रहा था. Then by the time I thought of start writing, time हो गया, घंटी बजा दी. I just gave the blank sheet and came back. "Oh, you mean so you don't know anything? No, I know. Do you remember it? अरे I remember everything. अगर टीचर पूछता होता, फटाफट I used to have given answer. But it's not a oral test, it is a written test. You didn't write, isn't it? बताओ. Not doing is as useless and bad as not remembering, and not remembering is as useless as bad as not knowing. The fourth one is what? Doing but not doing with all the discipline till the result comes is as bad as not doing, is as bad as not remembering, and is as bad as not knowing at all. Be clear about it. Don't try to change these realities or the truths. You can't justify the ignorance. You cannot justify forgetfulness. We cannot justify the tapasya of putting into practice what we know, and we cannot justify that I have done this much, but the result has not come. Result doesn't come depending on what you do. Result comes on uh, what is to be done for getting that. When you do that, then only it will come. है ना? अच्छी चाय चाय बनाने से नहीं बनती है ना. अच्छी चाय अच्छी चाय कैसे बनाते हैं वो जानकर बनाने तक बनाने से होती. A good very tasty tea takes at least 20 minutes patiently to make. Not our 2 minutes tea. और 2 minutes tea वैसे ही सड़ा रहता है कि you can eat drink it as only 2 minutes. More than that you can't. There's a whole process of tea making. अब मसाला बनाओ, इस तरह उबालो, पेशेंटली करो. स्टोव कब बड़ा करना है, कब सिम करना है, कौन सी चीज कब ऐड करनी, कितना ऐड करनी है. इट्स एन आर्ट. In the same way, everything in this life is an art. We in a hurry of wanting to do and achieve so many things, jack of all, master of none. None of the things we do properly. Therefore, we don't enjoy anything. So all the four things are bad. What are they? One is not knowing, second is not remembering, third is not doing, fourth, not doing with all rules, regulations, and procedures till the result comes. Whether it is worldly goals or spiritual goals. Worldly goal I won't talk, for spiritual goals. In the spiritual goal of ज्ञान मार्ग, भक्ति मार्ग, योग, कर्म योग, जितना भी कहो, ये चारों चीजें हमें होना है. The one who has not sufficiently done, he also will fail. The one who has never done, he will also fail. The one who never remembered, he is already failure. The one who never knew, he is failed already. जिंदगी मनुष्य का इन चारों चीजों के लिए है. वो चारों क्या है? जानो, याद रखो, करो, बस चिरैवेति करते रहो. कुर्वन्नेव. कुर्वन मीन्स प्रेजेंट कंटिन्यूअस टेंस. कृत्वा त्यागम कुरु ऐसा नहीं कहा. करके छोड़ो कहीं नहीं कहा, करते रहो कहा. कुर्वन्नेव. This is one common sense thought. And we are at the first level or second level. We know coming to the class, but we don't try to do the next exercise of remembering. अब याद ही नहीं रहेगा तो उसे इंस्पिरेशन कहाँ होगा करने को. So that memory of ours, instead of the sadhanas, we only remember about the world and worldly bhoga, and they only tempt. In a second's time, they mesmerize and pull our mind, making us feel that being a worldly, to be in the world is a duty, a compulsion, a necessary. इसी में जान है, जिगर है, इसके बिना मैं मर जाऊंगा. In that way, we involve in the life. Till death, we involve in the worldly life as if I don't do it, I will die. And doing all of that, what I achieve is death only final. And who will understand this bitter truth? ये नहीं करूंगा, मैं मरूंगा करके करते करते मर गए बस. अमृत नहीं बने. Amrita you will have only when you know the reality, the Brahman. One common sense thought today. Second is interesting point. One aspect only I am discussing, not the hundreds of aspects. What is the difference between mind and intellect? Thousands of things that can be discussed about them. So many. One thing थोड़ा relevant है, use होगा. वो क्या है ना? Mind is always emotional and worried. है ना? Intellect is always wise and concerned. When we are living the life of concern, awareness, and wisdom, we are living at the level of intellect, thus saving ourselves. Whenever we are worried, brooding, that means we have already started destroying us. It's only a question of completing it. That time we are at the mind level. These two. Now apply them everywhere in your life. The examples, one or two I give, remaining thing is the whole day homework for you. है ना? Example of the health, let us say. Simple example. तो व्हेन आई एम वरीड अबाउट मैं क्या करूं, मेरा बीमारी हो गया, मैं दुखी हो रहा हूं, मैं बुढ़ा हो रहा हूं, दीज आर ऑल कॉल्ड एज वरीज ऑफ द माइंड. सो यू आर एट द मेंटल जोन, माइंड लेवल, यू आर वरीड. व्हाट इज द मीनिंग ऑफ इंटेलेक्चुअल लेवल? व्हेन यू आर वाइज एंड व्हेन यू आर कंसर्न्ड. है ना? द विजडम एंड कंसर्न इज बिफोर द डिसीज कम्स ओनली यू आर वाइज. You know all the preventive measures. You are not a We are not such a fool to go and disease to come and then we try to cure it. A wise person, intellectual, he just takes measures to prevent only the disease. Point one. Point two, for whatever the reasons uncontrollable, when the disease comes, let's say, there is not worried. He is only concerned and has wisdom. चलो ये बीमारी हुआ, इलाज है क्या, कहाँ जाना है, क्या करना है. Till the ilaj happens, the pain comes, that I'll have to go through it. He is not at the mind level, at the intellectual level. इंटेलेक्चुअल लेवल में जो होता है वो बंदा प्रॉब्लम्स को सॉल्व करता है, प्रिवेंट करता है. देन ही लिव्स ए बेटर लाइफ देन इमोशनल फेलो. इमोशनल फेलो थ्रू वरी he adds problem to himself and he makes others also worried. He is only spoiling his life. One example of health I gave you. Other example of money. है ना? पैसे 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 रोता ही रहते हैं मनी. A wise person, he knows how much money required for a decent, comfortable life, how to earn it. He earns it and relaxed. Even with all efforts, if he doesn't get what he thought, then whatever comes with that, he is happy, he is wise. He says, मुझे इतना मिला. The other fellow is always worried about money. इसके पास 10 करोड़ है, फिर भी रो रहा है. Eating 3 times only tablets. So to the relations. है ना? About anybody, the children, wife or husband, when they are not obedient or any problem they have themselves or with somebody else or with you, वरी टेंशन में क्या करूं, सब नाखून खा लिए दूसरों का भी लेके खा रहे. अरे पुत्र ऐसा नहीं करना. बी वाइज एंड बी कंसर्न. ए कंसर्न वाइज मीन्स नो, डायग्नोस द प्रॉब्लम and see what can be done, what is in your hands. And if some of them are unhealthy, take them to the hospital. What can you do? Give them treatment, get them. Then give the words of love, kindness, concern, and some encouragement. So that it is it helps. Or if they have another problem. So you with wisdom, give them solution. You don't get worried. अब क्या करूं, मेरा बेटा कैसा हो रहा है. वो ऐसे ही होता है, इतने बेटे हैं, वो जिंदगी में सबके हो रहा है. And know that sentence, Gurudev says, children are born through the parents and not to the parents. But it makes all difference. And a spiritually wise person is I myself is a mithya jiva. What to talk about all beings? A natak chal raha hai Ishwar. Yesterday's thought, the highest thought yesterday in Yoga Vasishta. And the Mother Saraswati gave us. What a very sublime discussion is going on. What is that? The Niyati, the Ishvara is playing. When Ishvara is playing, you has to be a pawn in that. Don't have question to him, don't have worry to you. He has given you birth, you celebrate but don't get overpowered. He will give you death also. Don't mourn. Oh, unka khel chal raha hai wo. Oh, that's the very highest. Today evening we'll discuss it. There is nothing in this world to be worried about. We worry because we become emotional, we give more importance and attachment to it. Imagine a person who has not valued even the arrival and departure of the entire Brahmanda with its millions of jivas, knowing that all of them are a khel going on, projection going on, Brahman alone is real, nothing real. उस बंदे के लिए कोई एक बंदा आ रहा है जा रहा है कोई फर्क पड़ता है अपना भी फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा आई एम जीवक सीकिंग द रियलिटी these bodies come and go I am already the reality playing the play of jiva yesterday common sense thought know that you are brahman know that you are playing the role. So the second one is this the intellect is the one who is having wisdom and concern and it immediately finds the solutions wherever it can. If not, accepting is the solution, the intellect knows. Like I have a disease. Doctor told भाई इसका इलाज नहीं इंतजार करो. अब डॉक्टर ने बोल दिया एक्सेप्ट इट ओके एज लॉन्ग एज अलाइव ईट एंजॉय स्टडी आस्था डू साधना एक दिन जाना है तो चलेंगे व्हाट इज दैट टू वरी मैं जा रहा हूँ मैं जा रहा हूँ मैं गया अरे why worry about anything in this world? Nothing to be worried in this world. What is your wisdom? So intellect thinks, understands, and supplies the solution. Mind only worries and broods, becomes emotional and goes on feeling. आप mental से जीना है, intellectually जीना है, आप देख लो. Generally, a human being is expected to be intelligent, not emotional. His emotions should help his intelligence, not his emotional scars cover his wisdom. It's not a wise sign. दो thoughts आज हमने देखा. First one, all the four are bad. Second one is difference between mind and intellect. Living mentally, living intellectually. Om 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 Purnamadah Shrutimatre Namaha Tat Sat Brahma Pranamastu. Every moment is a test for us whether we are living at mind level or intellectual level. So all the time worried, we are mental. All the time wise, we are intellectual. अब आ जाओ थोड़ा इंटेलेक्चुअली गीता पढ़ते हैं विद विजडम फॉर विजडम